All right, so what we're going to do is take a look at how we can animate characters, specifically 2D animation, 2D characters inside of Unity. Now, here's a character I created, modeled off of my nephew. So we call him Eric Jr., or I call this character Eric Jr. And what you want to do is just create a very basic concept, something that you like, and that'll match your style. So for our platformer, this character really matches the same style as Sophia and TJ and Theo. So this is a new character. We'll have him as an NPC at first in the game, and then we'll take a look at how we can script movement for animations. But for now, we have the character, and what you want to do, and also the thing about this is if you don't have Photoshop, you can also use Krita. So I'm going to actually open up Krita really quick. All right, so here's Krita, or I've heard it called Krita. So either one that works for you. So you can actually create or edit your image inside of here. And it's pretty good at picking up the file format. But what you do is once you've created the image, you want to go in and use your lasso tool and essentially just cut this character up into different chunks. So here I can mask out like this arm, hit Control X and then Control V, and you can see it pasted the arm on a new layer. And same thing in Photoshop. So once you've cut all the body parts up, what I tend to do is, as you place them sort of on their own layers and you rename them. So let me go ahead and get rid of this. So you have the head on its own layer. Let me drag this up a little bit. Torso, left arm, right arm. And what I tend to do is inside of here is I'll take the right leg, for example, and I'll add a stroke just to the outside of it like that. And I'll just right click, copy layer style. And I'll paste it on each one. Now, if you're not familiar with, let's see, paste layer style. This is the pelvis. And I'll make sure that they are aligned so that the pelvis is on top of the legs like that. And then I'll add that stroke there as well. Now for the stroke, I generally want to go outside, and I'll do like, same thing, 6 pixels or something so that it's all lined up. It looks like it's a line drawing stroke. And then I'm going to hit OK. I just paused the video and cleaned it up a little bit. So we've got all the different, like the right leg, the left leg, we've got all the different body parts broken up. And what we're going to be doing is something that's sort of like paper puppet animation inside of Unity. Now the same thing with Krita, once you break all those things up, like the arm, you just kind of hit Control T to transform it. Now if you're completely new to Photoshop, this might seem a little bit difficult to do. Let me know and I can put together a tutorial on the entire process of making the artwork inside of here. But really, like I said, you could do the same thing in Krita. Just make sure that you go into here, you do save as, and you save it as a PSD file, whatever your final broken up character looks like. All right, so now I'm back in Unity, and what I did is I just grabbed my Eric Jr. sprite sheet, the one with the different broken up limbs like this. I just dragged that into my Unity folder, into the NPC folder where I have my girl mushroom, my mushroom dude, and my mushroom king. Now for Eric Jr. here, all I have to do is change it from texture stripe default to sprite 2D UI. And we're focusing mostly in the inspector right now. And for right now, it's treated, if I hit apply, it's treated as a single sprite sheet. So if I drag it in here, you could see it just looks like an image. There's nothing broken up. The limbs are not broken into different sections. So I need to clean that up a little bit. Notice I have that thing. But that's okay. When I go to break this up, I can also cut that out. So what I want to do here is change it from single to multiple, and I'm going to go ahead and hit Sprite Editor and hit Apply. Something else actually I want to do before I get into this, and it looks like I did not save those strokes inside of Photoshop, that stroke area. So let me resave over just Eric Jr. And let's save that. Okay, let me re-import that into Unity. So I can delete the one that's here, and that's also going to gray this one out. And then just for those of you who forgot, you can import new assets, go to your desktop, and grab your Eric Jr. concept. Then we'll change that to a sprite 2D, change this to multiple, and something else I want to do is filter mode. point no filter that really makes sure that it's nice and smooth and clean. There we go. You can see I'm getting those nice outline for my character. If I drag it in the scene, well, we have to make sure. Sprite UI. Oh, did we hit apply? Yeah. Oh, something else we need to do is we need to import a package, and that package is the PSD 2D PSD importer. Now, if you don't have that imported, I just want to make sure that you have it. You probably do if you did the 2D project, but you can see 2D PSD importer, import that. Make sure that you're on the latest version history and all your dependencies are checked off or it's saying installed. Now let's go into our sprite editor and cut up this character. So up to here, go to slice, choose automatic and hit slice. And it looks like I need to get those legs inside of Photoshop separate. So let's grab our right leg and move that over here. And then let's grab our left leg and move it over here. And now that they're all spaced out, let's kind of make sure maybe we have a little bit more room here. I don't want it to kind of clash like that. And let's grab this arm. And the way I'm able to kind of select each one is I give this more space. I don't want it to like kind of, I want to be able to like just draw a box. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Let me go ahead and save over. So a trick is you could go in here and right click on the NPC folder and then just do show in Explorer. And what I tend to do is if I'm working out of a folder constantly, I'll do show more options and send to desktop. Really, you could just double click this and it should open it in Photoshop, another way of doing it. And then you can go in here and then just edit it that way too, or you move these different layers around. So just trying to look at the different ways that you can kind of straighten this out a little bit. Should be good. All right, I'm gonna hit Control S to save that. Now it should update that inside of here. And now when I go into my sprite editor and I hit slice and then hit that automatic, you can see it now picked up where my leg is, my arm, all that good stuff. And then I'm gonna go ahead and hit apply. And now when I go inside of here, you can see now I have all my limbs sliced up. Looks like it grabbed those fingers. That's what I was saying about the overlapping. So let's go back into Photoshop again. Maybe move this arm up just a little bit. Move this head back. Make sure there's nothing overlapping. Control S. You can see it updated it in here as well. So let's do that one more time. Sprite editor, slice, automatic, much better. Apply that. All right, let's go ahead and assemble our character. So I'm going to start with my arm here. Just drag that in. My head, just going to start to position. Let's click on 2D up here. Position my head here. We're doing something kind of like paper cutout. And you can actually go in here and just rename these different Let's see if I could do I don't know if I have to rename it inside the sprite editor. Where you select each one and then we just name this torso. It's my character's right arm, head, left arm, pelvis, and hit Control A to copy that. And change this to, oh, this is actually the left leg. This is the right leg. Apply that, and now when we go back in, you should see we've got the left leg, and so something you can do is I'm like, okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 body parts, right? So there's a sort order. Notice as I click on this torso here, it's going in front, but I want it behind this. So what I'd like in the foreground at all times, for example, is the head. So I'm going to make this 7. Oh, I'm sorry. I want to make the head 7. Let's actually just do this. Let's delete this and let's just grab all of these pieces at once and just drag them in. Oh, it's actually going to make an animation out of it. I can't do that. Let's grab the head. Let's make sure this is on layer 7. Let's grab the torso. The torso should be behind it. Let's make this, 6. And then the left arm should be behind the torso. And we got to adjust the rotation point too. But we can say, let's see. So I hit E to rotate this. It's going to rotate at the wrist. We'll make the left arm 5. And then I know I want the right arm to be in front of the torso. So the higher the number, the better. So my torso is on 6. So we'll put this on the same one as the head. So 7. And then we need the pelvis. Pelvis can, let's see, torso 6. Pelvis can be 5 because we want that behind. And then right leg. Hit E to select rotation. W. Sorry, this is the left leg. We can put that here. Actually, this is the left leg. So this goes here, and then the right leg goes here. We want the left leg in front of the right leg. So let's select our left leg here. Let's rename that. And we have torso here, which is 5. We need this to be 3. We'll put this on 4. And then this should be 7. So that'll cover both. But notice when like I said, when I rotate it, the pivot point is off. Let's fix that. So let's go back to our sprite editor here. And you'll see in each one of these, there's like a little blue ball, which is the pivot point. I'm just going to go on each one and just move it down to where I think it should be. This one, it's okay in the center. Torso's okay in the center. This leg should be here. This leg should be here. And this should be somewhere around here. I'm going to hit apply. Now you'll notice when I go in here, my pivot is there. And you can just, stuff like that. Now, I like straight ahead animation where you're animating it by just drawing it. You sometimes get less mechanical results, but this is a really cool way of doing it. Let's kind of bring our camera back a little bit too, so we can see our character. So he's coming together. All right, next we need to create a container. So I'm going to right click this and I'm going to create an empty container, and I'm just going to call this Eric, or EJ for Eric Jr. _ container. And position that to the center of the chest of your character, and then just drag all the different components and drop it on top of EJ character. And now when I select this, that's this pivot point for now of the character. Something else that we can do is when I click on my torso here and I hit E to rotate, I want the arms to go with it. So I want to select my left and right arms and drag it to the torso. Same thing with my pelvis. Actually, I don't even know if I'll really animate my pelvis, but at least my right leg, left leg. But with the torso now, I can move that around. All right, so let's look at how we can animate this. So in NPC here, I'm going to create a new folder and just call this EJ for Eric Jr. Grab Eric Jr., drop him inside of there. And then what I'm going to do is select my character here, my EJ container, and I'm going to go to Window, Animation, Animation, and I'm going to dock that at the bottom of my screen here. And we're going to use that to animate our Eric Jr. character. Let's actually give ourselves a little bit more room. Go to our scene view here. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit create, and I'm going to just navigate to, here's asset animations. Let's see. 2D game project assets. Under character, and then art, and then non-playable character EJ. And then you could make a new folder called Anim, A-N-I-M, just short for animations. And then open that up. And this is where we're going to save our EJ animations. And let's go ahead and name this idle. Now, because this video is getting pretty long and I want to give you a break between things, what we'll do is we'll take a look. I'm going to stop this video here. You go get coffee or whatever. And then in the next video, we'll go ahead and start animating an idle for our Eric Jr. character.